talk about summertime bass lures. There's a zillion videos on YouTube on what's going on and how to catch fish, and this is going to be the complete idiot proof version of that. I outfish most everybody I fish with two lures. And it's real simple. Yamamoto dual tail grub, just like this one, right? Texas rigged, and you just cast it out, pick whatever weight you want, it doesn't really matter. You know, if it's really hot in summertime, I use light weights. If it's cold like it is right now, I use a heavy weight. And the bullet weight. And then I do what I don't see a lot of people doing anymore. I don't know why, but it has always helped me to try to always use trocar hooks. I don't have any affiliation with them, I just like them. And it's simple. Just go through the head, come out the side, put it on. You've seen 1,000 of these videos. I tuck it in the ass. Totally weedless. Just like that. And then your setup is gonna look like a bullet weight, a bullet weight like this. Then what I do is I put an orange bead put your bullet weight on your string first, and then put your orange bead on. This orange bead is going to sit in there just like this, and it'll make noise. And then this goes on there. It's that simple. That's the first bait that I outcatch most everybody with. I'll be in the back of the boat and outcatch my buddy. He'll be driving the boat, mad as hell. The second bait, or lure, however you want to say it. Second lure is going to be dual prop top water bait like this. Dual propellers. Have a lot of sunfish in our lakes where I'm at. So anything with a hot orange bottom murders them in Michigan as far as I'm concerned. A lot of people will fish this just like this and have all kinds of problems with it. And what I like to do is, because I like to get this lure pretty dirty. I'll throw it where nobody else can throw it. For some reason, can't find my pliers. Well, what I'll do is I'll take this lure. Okay, this is the front, this is the back. I'll take my pliers and I'll cut these front hooks off. So the only ones will be these back hooks, and you see they're facing backwards. I can throw this, after I do that, right in the pads and it'll just ride over the pads just like it's weedless. And it makes a big difference. It really opens up a lot of versatility in this lure, more than say someone who's fishing it with the 3 hooks can do with it. And I do catch a lot of fish in the pads with that lure, but you have to remember to cut the front hooks off. I just take like my pliers that they're like snips, and I just snip them right off the front hooks. And the only ones are the 2 in the back facing backwards, and I never had a problem missing fish. And I can go right over top of the pads and don't have to worry. It's almost weedless. I mean, you're really gonna have to be not paying attention to get hooked up to something. I almost have no snags with it once I clip the front treble hook off. And of course I try other lures. I fish other things, of course, but those 2 lures right there pretty much have everything covered. I can go anywhere, and both of them are pretty weedless. Now obviously that top water isn't going to work when it's 40 degrees outside, so I'm like everybody else, I'll fish a jig. I'm talking summertime fishing. These 2 lures are what I catch the bulk of my fish on, and my friends cannot keep up. They can fish the same things I do. It doesn't matter. I just outfish them, and I think that's more of a mental thing, because hell, I still get beat by my stepdad every now and again, or my father-in-law, and he's just throwing a goddamn spinnerbait that I really can't catch shit on spinnerbait for some reason. But I'm like everybody else. I bought whopper ploppers, great bait, and all kinds of assortments of dual prop baits. This one I guess is discontinued, and I just bought it, so kind of irritated by that, because this is going to be a really great color. Devil horse. This is just the Hayden Wounded Spook. I used to love the Dying Flutter, but they don't make it anymore. And this is the bigger Devil Horse. And this is almost exactly what the Dying Flutter size was. So, this is the 1/2 ounce Devil Horse. So that's the 1/2 ounce Devil Horse, and that's the 3/8. Both great baits. Can't stress enough that my friends used to make fun of me on these baits until they seen them in action, and then their tackle box started looking like mine by the end of the year. So another whopper plopper. I love fishing topwater baits. So you just can't have a better bite in the summertime. It's insanely fun. Go-to crankbaits. This is the Rick Klung. I think it's the number 2 or 3. Number 2, I think. Good crankbait. And of course, you get the old tried and true black buzz baits. Can't beat them. Can't beat the old combat frogs. I want to say this is a KVD frog. I don't really remember. I think it's a Strike King frog. Those are fun baits too. Got when the times get hard, the old jig set up. So it's definitely not like I've only fished a couple baits and that's what I catch all my fish on. That's just, here's the thing. With those 2 baits, bass fishing is idiot proof. Those 2 baits are idiot proof. You bend the blades on the dual prop, so when you're retrieving it, and this is how I fish it. I just throw it out, I let it sit, few seconds till the waves go down and it's just sitting there. And I constantly retrieve it. I don't jerk it and let it sit, and you can do that. That's what all the pros say to do, but I never have luck fishing it like that. I always have my best luck on a constant retrieve, just fast enough to make the blades turn. No faster. You want to reel it slow enough to make the blades turn, and that's it. Like, that's how fast you reel it. Just fast enough so both blades turning, kicking up water, it's making all kinds of noise. The fish absolutely annihilate it. I don't twitch it. I don't do none of that. I just steady retrieve it. And the Yamamoto on the Texas rig, how I always fish the Texas rig is you throw it out, let it sink to the bottom, wind it up a little bit, lift up with your pole, and as soon as you feel that bait get off the ground, just steady retrieve it real nice and slow. Fish kill it. I've caught more fish on that Yamamoto than I can even begin to tell you or lie about. Slow retrieve. Like I've always said, your mileage may vary. Living in different parts of the country, I don't know what works in your water, but I'm sure that you'll catch just as many fish fishing that way as I do. And I've also fished this steady diet of worms here, so all good baits. And that's pretty much it. Those two baits are pretty dynamite. And they're, like I said, they're idiot proof. You throw them out, you reel them in. There's no fancy walking the dogs. No, you need to learn this or that. No, you throw it the fuck out. You wind it in just as fast as it needs to go to spin the blades on the top water. And the Yamamoto, I mean, my kids can fish the Yamamoto just fine. You just throw it out, let it sink, get slack line. Wind it up slow till you feel like you've moved it a little bit. Lift your pole up a little bit till you feel it come up off the bottom, and just reel it in nice and slow. And you will crush them. And you don't even have to think hard. You can do it with a cigarette hanging out your mouth. But here's a video of the boat. Can't wait to get out. It's almost warm enough. I hate these seats. I'm gonna have to do something about them seats. Yamaha 90 Skeeter. Can't really go wrong. But thanks for the time, and I'll see you in the water.